Hi, this is Thomas Waters for thomascwaters.com, and this is my Vlogtober posting for October 14th, 2011. I want to talk about an email that I got from the National Organization for Marriage. Now, if you're not on the email lists for organizations that oppose whatever causes are important to you, you really need to check them out because you need to know what they're saying so that you can speak out against the lies, the misinformation, and the bullshit that they put out there. And this email is just full of all of that stuff. The National Organization for Marriage claims to support traditional marriage. And by traditional marriage, they use a religious argument that marriage is between one man and one woman. The reality is that lying is also a sin. You know, they claim to be against same-sex marriage because homosexuality is a sin. Well, guess what? Lying is a sin. Bearing false witness is a sin. And unfortunately, they forget that one. So their emails are always full of all this garbage and misinformation, and this one is no different than the others. The subject line is, she spoke out in defense of marriage and they threatened her job. Doesn't that just sound horrible? Doesn't that just sound so wrong? And the email starts, "Dear Thomas, it's downright un-American." What's really un-American here is the level of lie and bullshit that this email is full of. Here's the reality of the situation. This woman, Rose Marie Belforti, is a town clerk in New York State. New York State acknowledges same-sex marriages. That means a gay couple or a lesbian couple can go and get a marriage license and be legally married. In her position, working as a clerk, it's her job to issue marriage licenses. However, she's decided that her personal religious convictions don't allow her to do that. And so she's not doing her job because of her personal religious convictions. There's a problem. That's not about speaking out in defense of marriage and being threatened to have your job taken away. Now, if she was signing marriage licenses for same-sex couples, but every time she did it, she was saying, "I think this is so wrong," and they threatened to take away her job because of what she was saying, that'd be one thing. But that's not the case here. She's could lose her job because she's refusing to do the job, which is honor the couples that are legally capable of getting a marriage license in the state of New York. So they've started this thing called the Marriage Anti-Defamation Alliance. And this new organization that's part of National Organization for Marriage, this is all about painting the people that are anti-gay as if they're the victims, as if they're the ones being bullied. It's downright un-American. When the reality is that they are being bigots. They're refusing to honor the legal rights of same-sex couples. And, you know, you can do that. You can choose to not honor the rights of others, but you just have to accept that, yeah, you're a bigot. It's as simple as that. And she is. It's that simple. This new strategy that they're using is because their old strategy of fear-mongering isn't working as well as it once did. In fact, National Organization of Marriage is failing in more and more and more situations. The only thing they're really good at is pumping tons of money into anti-gay marriage movements. They don't release who their donors are. We don't know where that money's coming from. It could be coming from one person. It could be coming from a few people. It could be coming from one religious institution or another religious institution. But the reality is that's the only thing they're really good at is gathering up money to use to push their messages of hate and bigotry. But they're claiming that there's two sides, there's two issues that are at stake here for them. One is religious liberty, and the other is freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, let's start with that. Freedom of speech says that on my own free time, in a public forum, I'm allowed to say whatever I want. Now, I really have to be able to back that up with facts and ideas. I can't, I really shouldn't be spouting lies, but if I am spouting lies, I have that right. That's free speech. Free speech is not about, on the workplace, making choices about if I'm going to do my job or not do my job because of my own personal religious beliefs. That's not free speech. It's also not religious liberty. Religious liberty is all about the fact that I can choose whatever religious faith background I choose to follow. No one can stop me from that. I can go to whatever type of church or other space is appropriate and worship in the way that I choose and I believe is right for me. That's religious liberty. Now, if I have a personal conviction against something that is legally acceptable, I have no right to act against it except within the confines of what is political activism. So, I could think that, like many evangelicals, dancing is a sin. So I could be opposed to dancing, and I could then try to get laws passed to prohibit dancing. That's my political right as an American. But I can't make choices about what work I do and I will not do when that flies in the face of what my job requires me to do. So this woman, she's a clerk. It's her job to give marriage licenses. If she doesn't want to give them to same-sex couples, that's all right. She could do that. She should go get another job. Get out of the job she's in. And if she's not going to do the job as she should do it, she should get out. And if she's going to keep the job, she should do the job. It really is that simple.